The Maracana roared. Millions watched in anticipation. And in one unforgettable performance, the entire sports world was put on notice. Brazil's 6-2 World Cup warning shocked fans. Welcome to HAUP Sports. Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncovered the biggest stories in sports, from legendary performances and shocking controversies to locker room drama, trades, rivalries, and the moments that redefine the game. We dive deep into the stories behind the athletes, teams, and headlines shaping the sports world. Today, we're doing a deep dive into recent FootMob data, Sports Illustrated reports, and historical map stats to unpack exactly what happened during Brazil's dominant pre-World Cup friendly against Panama.
Yeah, and our mission today isn't just to, recap a blowout. We're looking at a much bigger thesis here, how Brazil is actively and aggressively evolving past their reliance on Neymar.
Right, let's jump straight into that, because the background here is, well, it's pretty tense. Neymar is sidelined with a calf injury, so manager Carlo Ancelotti really needs someone to step up and run the offense just weeks before the 2026 World Cup.
Exactly. He desperately needed a talisman, and wow, did he get one. I mean, just 2 minutes in, Vinícius Jr rips this dazzling shot into the top left corner from outside the box.
Oh man, it was incredible. And despite this bizarre Matheus Cunha own goal that let Panama equalize early on, Vini just kept gliding past defenders. He ends up floating a perfect cross for Casemiro to head home right before halftime.
Making it 2-1. And, when you look at the underlying numbers, Brazil generated 3.46 expected goals from 20 shots. On paper, that sounds completely dominant.
It does, but I actually have to push back a little here.
Yeah.
Is this just a pre-tournament friendly, or are we witnessing the exact moment Vini Jr. officially inherits the crown from Neymar? Because Panama still managed 16 attempts and .56 expected goals. Letting a team like Panama get 16 shots off, isn't that actually a massive red flag for Ancelotti's defense?
Oh, totally. You're spotting the exact vulnerability that other international managers are circling right now. Brazil's midfield pushed so high to support the attack that they left these huge pockets of space in transition.
Right, like they were just wide open on the counterattack.
Yeah, exactly. But Ancelotti is taking that defensive risk because of what Vini Jr. gives him on the other end. I mean, Vini didn't just replace Neymar's production in this match. He completely replaced his gravity.
Wait, what do you mean by gravity? Like tactical gravity?
Yeah, tactical gravity. Every single time Vini touched the ball on the left wing, 3 Panamanian defenders physically tilted toward him. It's spatial distortion. By dragging the defense entirely out of shape, he creates the exact kind of vacuum in the penalty area that allowed Casemiro that uncontested header.
Oh, wow. So he's basically doing the work of 2 players just by pulling focus.
Pretty much. And keep in mind, Vini is playing in his former hometown stadium here. He's coming off a massive year as the 2024 best FIFA men's player, plus serving as this global anti-racism icon. To carry that kind of immense cultural weight and still completely command the pitch tactically, it proves he can anchor this team.
That makes total sense. And that dynamic completely shifted in the second half. But wait, that's not even the craziest part. Wait until you hear the unbelievable backstory of the striker who completely took over the second half.
Oh yeah, the second half was wild.
It really was. But real quick, if you're loving these sports deep dives, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even bigger stories coming up. All right, so halftime hits. Ancelotti swaps out almost the entire squad, and the reserves trigger an absolute 10-minute blitz.
It was so ruthless. A keeper mistake lets Ryan just tap into an unguarded net, then Lucas Paqueta hits a deflected strike, and finally Igor Thiago converts a penalty after drawing a foul himself. 3 rapid-fire goals.
Let's focus on Igor Thiago for a second, because his background is just unbelievable. We're talking about a guy who lost his father at 13 and worked as a bricklayer in Brazil just to support his mom.
Such an incredible underdog story.
Truly. And fast forward to today. He's Brentford's £30 million man, and he just broke the record for the most Premier League goals by a Brazilian in a single season with 22. But tactically, how does a big, bruising guy like that fit into a Brazilian squad that's historically known for, like, samba flair and fluid movement?
Well, he fits in by offering the exact opposite, actually. While Vini stretches the defense wide with his pace, Thiago acts like a tactical battering ram right in the center of the box.
Oh, so he's just physically dominating the center backs.
Exactly. He plays with his back to the goal, physically pinning those center backs down, and that allows the attacking midfielders to push up into the space he clears out. It's a totally different mechanism, giving Ancelotti a way to physically overwhelm exhausted defenders late in a match.
Which is exactly what we saw happen. Danilo caps it off to make it 6-1 with incredible composure, before Carlos Harvey hits a stunning distance consolation goal for Panama to finalize it at 6-2.
Yeah, and again, another long-range attempt allowed by that high-risk Brazilian defense we talked about earlier.
Right. So with Brazil's reserves playing with such terrifying intensity, what happens when Neymar is finally fit? Can Ancelotti manage this explosive locker room of superstars without derailing their momentum?
That is the ultimate dilemma. I mean, you have a squad that just proved they can distort defenses with Vini's pace and crush them with Thiago's power. They scored 6 goals without their traditional talisman.
Right, which leaves you wondering, if Thiago is breaking records with raw power and Vini owns the left wing, does Neymar return as the undisputed king? Or does Ancelotti force him to become a role player in a system that clearly no longer needs a savior? The massive question for you to think about. You've been listening to HAUP Sports, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping the world of sports. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the game alive.